raising the Tobagos. We growing like fresh tomatoes. Them boys on fire, too fuego. We pass it round hot potato. Everything is nuevo. I'm with my sweetie like Quavo. Need my cheese, need that queso. Need my bread, need that bankroll. Wake up, yes Lord, I'm thankful. Another day.
I recently saw this post on my friend's Instagram story that said, "The opposite of depression is expression." And I have not been able to stop thinking about this all week. So much of the depression I've been feeling lately has been stemming from feeling unfulfilled, being really, really bored, and honestly, just not feeling like I'm adding any value to the world. So I'm on a quest to express myself by trying a whole heap of new hobbies. So I think the hardest thing for me and having ADHD is just wanting to do everything. I get overwhelmed and then don't even start anything. I struggle with the idea of like where to start something, how to progress in it, and how to not lose track of where I'm at. I struggle with emotional dysregulation as well, so it means I'm at the mercy of how I'm feeling every single day, and that can just be really frustrating. The lack of motivation, the lack of dopamine, the lack of feeling like I want to do anything. Yeah, it can be really frustrating. I guess I would call myself a jack of all trades and a master of none, but I would like to be a master of at least one thing. All right, so something I've been doing every single morning for the last 2 weeks, I'm surprised it's lasted this long actually, is writing down, I guess I would call it my manifestation journal. Firstly, I write the date and then I write a to-do list, and I kind of restrict myself to focusing on 3 things that day, whether that be make content for YouTube, whether that be work out, that kind of thing. I only want to do 3 things because if I do too much, I get overwhelmed and then I feel really ashamed that I haven't completed those things that day. So I write 3 main things and then I write 3 bonus things where if I have time or if I'm not completely unmotivated, then I will try and do one of those things. I've written at the start of this journal all of my goals for each area in my life, whether that be finances, YouTube, growing this channel, my movement and pole and flow goals, music production, cello, you name it. So basically what I do is I look through all those goals at the start of the day, and then my to-do list will be based off those things. So I know I'm constantly moving towards, what would you call it? So I can see that I'm progressing in the right direction. At the end of the day, I also like to do a reflection, just basically saying how I did that day and how I felt that day. And then I like to do sort of like a change to more positive wording affirmation where I kind of write things down as if I'm the person that I would be when those goals are achieved. Just helps with visualization, and then it helps me think that I already am the things that I want to be. Coffee. This has honestly been the best addition to my life, journaling and just writing things down to keep track of them. I've decided in order to give myself enough time to learn something, I'm gonna do like a 30-day challenge of each hobby that I want to try. Doesn't mean I can't do them simultaneously, like I might be working on 2 goals at once, but I'm trying my best to just stick to 1 or 2 things in that 30-day period. And I'm not necessarily gonna do like 30 days in a row. It could be done over 40 days or 50 days, but I have to do 30 days of that activity within whatever time frame I want to do. So my first hobby is hula hooping. I've always wanted to get into all of the like flow arts, like silk fans, poi, fire fans, hula hooping, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna start with hula hooping because why not? I can start with any of them. It's amazing how happy a piece of plastic can make me, and it's just been so much fun trying to learn how to hula hoop. If you are struggling to like figure out where to start something and how to progress in it, what I'd recommend is getting like a progressive course on the thing you're trying to learn. For me, that just helps me keep track of, stop ripping up my couch. For me, that helps me keep track of where I'm up to with a hobby. And also like if I take a break, I can go back easily without stressing about like, what have I learned? What did I do? I'm doing Deanne Love's from Hoop Lovers TV, her beginner's flow course, and it's been so much fun. I feel like a kid again, and it's just really exciting being able to express myself and be more present. And it's very meditative because I'm like learning a new hobby and I'm not thinking about anything else when I'm trying to learn all those moves because they're quite hard. A tip or something that has really worked for me, I've got this desk calendar where I write out the 30 days of everything that I'm trying to learn in hooping. So the course I'm doing is a 28-day course. I've written like day 1, day 2, day 3, and what I'm learning on each of those days. I don't write down the date so that if I don't do it on a specific date, I don't get mad, but I like color it in when I've done that day of hooping. I like a bingo board. Once I finish the 30 days, the whole thing, 28 days, it'll be covered in purple. I've also done bonus days, and they're days where I can like go on YouTube and just search up beginners hooping moves and try and learn a new move. And I'm really excited to see what happens with this. I mean, it could go one of two ways. I could get really bored and stop and start something else, or who knows, maybe I'll be really good at this. Also warning, you're gonna hit yourself in the face a lot when you try hooping. Yep. The other focus for me is gonna be getting super bendy. I just wanna be able to like whip out a dance trick and just like go into the splits at a party. Like I just wanna be able to like, you know? I feel like everyone wants to do that secretly. Like you always want to be that person who's just like, I can do the splits. Anyway, so my goal has been to do flexibility, mobility, and strength training. This journey has been the most humbling journey for me into my splits. Let's just say my body doesn't like to be stretched. It hates it. I have a bit of an issue with my lower back, and if I stretch too much, I think it's called piriformis syndrome as well, where like the nerves get irritated from stretching too much and your glutes or that muscle not being strong enough. So in order for me to stretch without hurting myself, I need to be strong as well. So I can't just stretch. I need to make sure I'm also strengthening and doing mobility work for my joints. But yeah, it's been a long journey, but I can say I'm pretty close. I'm actually really excited. Like I'm quite close. So over the last 6 months, I've cultivated these really beautiful new friendships. I've just been so lucky with the people that I have in my life at the moment, old friends and new, that I've never felt so loved and so happy. And I can't believe how beautiful some of the friends that I've made are. Like they just look after each other. They have each other's backs. There's no bitchiness or gossiping. Like everyone just wants each other to succeed. The new girls that I have become friends with, or at least like this group that I've made, they are just such incredible humans. And then I also went to this little festival lately called Solace, and it was just, everyone was so beautiful. It's made me realize how much I was isolating myself and how much I had forgotten that connection is kind of fundamental to being happy. I thought that I could just hide away in my apartment and that I would be fine, but yeah, every time I put myself around people, I realize how much I've been missing out on. But then also, that being said, every time I have a social interaction, I do need like 2 weeks off from socializing, but people in your life are like the soil and you are the flower. And if you don't have the right environment to grow, then you're not gonna grow into the like best flower that you can be. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, I think that's enough for today.